And look, there's a lot of good Muslims, and you're talking to well over 1 billion people. So, I mean, you better find a new method. I got a good friend that's a Muslim. I'm telling you what, he is whole hog Donald Trump. You'll never meet a bigger Trump supporter than my Muslim friend, okay? We were just talking yesterday. And he's down. He gets it. He's a really smart guy. And he's a young guy. He's only 42 years old. But, in his mind, he's not young. Like Alex Jones doesn't think at 43 he's young. But if you live to be 59, you start seeing, hey, you know what? This train keeps a chugging. It's a one-way trip. And with the age, you get that wisdom. You get, this, you get through observation. You get the empirical effect, let's say, from actually witnessing all the evils that go down in your life and understanding where these big turning points come, these nails in the coffin, like the assassination of JFK, like the banking bailout of '08. You see what's going on here. You see what they're doing. 9/11 was another example, another nail in the coffin, and all the problems that ensued that came from that. These people know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're evil. And this is serious. Just remember, the Muslim population has the power to inflict a lot of damage on the West. And so many people that profess Christianity, they disgust me. It's the same as so many people that profess capitalism, and really all they know is crony capitalism. That's all that's been in effect since they murdered JFK. It's been going on slowly, incrementally. It's gotten more and more fraudulent. That's what it is. It's just where you involve the government, and it is fascistic. Okay, that's it. When your own government bureaucrats, the politicians, right, isn't that what we're talking about? I mean, I'm not talking about the constitutional sense of government. Okay, that's we the people getting our way. We didn't get our way in 2008. So I'm talking about the government, the politicians, and the bureaucrats being the government. The bad guys. They're acting fascistically against the best interests of the people. They know that high housing costs are not good for the people. They know it's going to create homelessness because people can't afford housing anymore. They know. But they figure they get more property tax. So they're well heeled. It's good for them, bad for others. That's how everybody's thinking. It's, screw others. This is about my own survival. It's dog eat dog. It's a rat race. It's social Darwinian economics. It's about devouring each other. It's about screw you before you screw me. Is that not the world we live in? And that's what I'm talking about. And that's something we all better just pull away from, that thinking. And we all better just get very honest. Just remember, I'm warning you, you will meet your maker, and I don't want your blood on my hands. And that's what's going to happen if I don't warn everybody that I can possibly reach. And I just want the word to go out, other people to take over. Watchmen on the wall. And you warn other people because you don't want that blood on your hands. Because people were truly and genuinely, sincerely confused. And they truly were made ignorant. Because they've been trained to be that way. They've been indoctrinated. They've been inculcated. They've been brainwashed. They've been programmed. They've been conditioned. They've been corralled into that mindset, that philosophy, that set of beliefs. Okay, that's what's wrong. So you do have an obligation to reach out to them. Because under that spell, under that mesmerized state, they will kill. And they are willing to be killed for the cause because they are passionate about their beliefs. So just remember that about, your passionate beliefs about capitalism or your passionate beliefs about socialism. Remember, you're not that far apart from a good capitalist. You're not that far apart from a good socialist. All you're on the side of humanity. If you're real, you're honest, you're a good American, you're a good egalitarian, you believe in equality, you believe in justice for all, not for some. So let's come together in the name of God. Let's come together in the name of humanity. In the name of Christ, let's come together and work together for a better world and say, you could kill me, but you're not going to kill God's will. It is going to be accomplished. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. God's will is going to be accomplished on earth. Someday, finally, it is coming. No matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, it is coming without a doubt. Societal division in the 21st century. Two choices, oppressed or oppressor. These are the only two choices we have. There is no middle ground. That's right. They don't want any chance to say, hey, you know what, I'm sitting this thing out. Let you guys duke it out. That'd be nice in theory, wouldn't it? Just like when these lenders, like the 2008 thing, we all saw it coming because we all said, oh, well, this is untenable. These banksters are obviously overextending themselves. What we didn't know is that the government had allowed this through deregulation, Bill Clinton allowing the Glass-Steagall Act to expire, a consumer protection regulation. They deregulated the industry, so the government backed it. That's how they were able to socialize the debt and privatize the profits. That's fascist. That's how we don't have a government. We don't have a democracy where the people get to decide. We don't have a republic where the people get to decide. No, we get a handful of high-ranking politicians and their money-printing cohorts that are deciding what we get, okay? And what we get is the theft of the wealth of our nation. And it's horrible. That's what we've got. It's horrible. It's horrible, and the damage is still being felt. But instead of just letting, say, oh, all those bankers that overextended themselves, they've got a problem because they're going to have to get it out of the hides of the borrowers, right? Like it used to be. When there's checks and balances, when there's accountability, when there's oversight, that's their problem. You duke it out. Okay, you go after the borrower. You go break his arms and legs. But you can't socialize that debt. It was fraudulent. 90+% of the American people wanted a market correction. We wanted you people to fall on your collective faces and bust out your metaphorical teeth. Okay, but no, they've dragged us all into it. So now there's no middle ground. We're all immersed in this thing. We've all got to get it. We've all got to give a damn. Okay, and if this wealth and income disparity has worked to you, what you believe is your advantage, then you've got a big problem. Okay, because it's not to your advantage. If you consider yourself human, and you say, yeah, I'm on the side of humanity, but yeah, I mean, I've done good. I've profited handsomely. You know, that wealth disparity has worked in my favor. So, you know, that's your problem. You better figure it out. Get with the program, man. Do something else. Learn how to contend with it. That's your answer. Get on board with crony capitalism. You can't beat them, join them. That's it, right? That's your answer. And it's evil. And you're evil, and you're going to hell if that's what you want to adopt. You want to embrace and endorse and condone that kind of thinking, you don't need me to tell you you're going to hell, okay? But you remember, it's not your life. It's God's life. He created you. You didn't create yourself. All you can do is choose the kind of belief systems you decide to embrace. That's it. That's your free will and choice. But if you choose wrongly, if you choose evil, what do you think? What kind of a reward you're going to get? You think it's so great in this world system? Well, where are you going to go from here? You're not going to be found fit to be around decent human beings, upright people that want justice, that want equity, not for some, but for everybody, that want freedom and security and prosperity for all, not some. You're not going to be there. You got to go to hell. You got to decide. God knows what to do with you. You got to go to a place that's so much more painful. You say, oh my God, I wish I had my values right before, but now I see. But now it's too late. Now there's a chasm built. Now you're not coming to, to that good place where there is no Satan, there is no money, there is no strife, and there is no death anymore. Imagine that. And no money. Wow. That wonderful world of peace and harmony. Safety and security and joy and prosperity and bliss, contentment, safety, security. I'm probably repeating myself over and over, but I want to, draw people in. I want everybody to be there. The more the merrier in heaven. That's it, man. There's no overpopulation ever in heaven. God, I love to smoke. What is it with tobacco? But God created, as far as I know. And my stepmother's mother is 98 years old. And she smoked into her 80s. So let me tell you, all you people that think smokers are so stupid, plenty of smokers outlive non-smokers, okay? People's minds can poison them. You know, this cancer and all this stuff. So, you know, and not to mention the poisonous foods. The aspartame, the high fructose corn syrup, these vaccines and all this crap. I wonder how many people out there go undiagnosed all their whole lives. They had Asperger's or some other form of from the autism spectrum. I myself think I might be a victim. I got all my vaccines. I've eaten the poisonous food and drink out there. They're poisoning us. All this stuff's approved by the FDA. Rat poison. A child can go buy rat poison and kill himself, right? It doesn't make any sense. It's madness. The world is rife with madness. All this stuff. They tell you, oh, just accept it. It all makes sense somehow. Just go along, and everything we teach in the K through 12 and the college, it all makes sense. And the stuff we don't teach, of course, ethics. There's no value in learning ethics and principles. You know, and yes, this poison, we control this poison. It's a controlled substance, but we, you know, these other poisons we don't, and these things that we control, sometimes they're not poison, they're actually very good and beneficial, but we're going to control them anyhow because of the money and because we just like control. We're control freaks. So, you know, just, you know, get with the program. Just do what you're told and follow the laws. Don't try to understand the laws, okay, because you won't. They don't make any sense. But, you know, just go along to get along. Go with the flow. Do what you're told, and you'll succeed. Then you're pragmatic. Then you have common sense. But, you know, it's defined by those of the world, right? But the Bible tells us we're stuck in the world, but we don't have to like it. You're not supposed to like it. You're supposed to hate it. But be not of the world. But so many people think they can have their cake and eat it too in that regard, in that respect. But they can't. You can't. You can't ignore the suffering of other people that's been invented by these evil people, by this system. You're going to get your share, man. That's your conscience. That's God saying, no, 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 no. You're just like everybody else. When you hold your hand over a hot stove, you're going to cremate it if you don't feel the pain. If you say, well, look, I found a way out. I found a trick to ignore the pain. You can't do it. You're going to cremate your hand, and the same thing is going to happen to your conscience. If you don't value your conscience, you're going to sear it. You're going to cremate your conscience, and it's going to do you no good. It's going to do you no service. You got to value it. You got to say, thank you, God, for compunction, for guilt, for shame. Thank you. These are going to save me from the pit of hell. Due to unwarranted, though very real, very intense monetary fear, enslavement, our overlords' pseudo-reverence, people are incapable of simply being honest. That's right, real or perceived, people will defend their belief system, their own personal philosophy because they're self-interest. They're scared. It's a very fear-driven, so-called reality that has been foisted upon all of us. And this is why I'm empathetic, I'm sympathetic, I'm compassionate, I'm merciful toward other people. I'm not condemning anybody. I love my enemies. I wish the best for everybody, like Jesus. I wish that they would repent and be saved. All heaven rejoices more over one sinner that repents than 99 righteous people that didn't need to. I prescribe that philosophy. I'm free. I know I'm going to be found worthy to go to a better world because I have divorced myself from this evil world. I'm ready to lay all my cards on the table. I'm willing to serve of my own free will and accord because I've got a conscience. I want to be useful. I want to be appreciated. I want to be needed. I want to be useful. That's it. I mean, that's it. I have an instinct that God gave us. And you can't just deny your instinct. That's like denying your conscience. That's like denying reality. If you want to be absolutely free, do you know from what or how to achieve absolute freedom? Well, we got to be free, for one thing, for damn sure. Free from the money masters, okay, or who aren't doing nothing, who have nothing of intrinsic value to even barter. It's madness. We're all buying this crap. So the most vile people are running our lives and creating the policies we have to live under. It's evil. No ifs, ands, or buts, man. It's an evil world. It's evil. People are dying. It doesn't get more evil than that. Okay, this is not panty waist, sissified stuff I'm talking about, man. It's life and death and limb. Okay, it is unnecessary human suffering, and anybody that condones that or endorses that in any way, shape, or form to any degree is on the highway to hell. I guarantee it. You can't divorce yourself from other people's suffering. Unnecessary, invented suffering.